Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is May 2nd, 2023. And this is a special edition of the daily Bitcoin updates. I haven't gone live in a while. I know I said I would change the format, but I just felt like going live today. I think today is a special day. And so we're going live, and I do this anyway. I do analysis on a daily basis, whether I publish it on social media or not. And so today I'm basically just going to take you behind the curtain and do the analysis with you. Okay, I haven't prepared anything. I haven't looked at the charts really in depth, so I'm just going to take you through my process, as a trader, as a chartist, as an investor, as somebody who follows the markets. So if that interests you, then watch until the very end. The title of this live stream is this pump for real? And that's not a joke. That's something that I'm posing to myself. This is a question I have. Is this pump for real? So I'm going to set out to answer that for myself. So yeah, let's get started. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're doing well. So first thing I want to do is, okay, I'm seeing Bitcoin move. All right, it's not the first time Bitcoin has moved. We've had three big moves this year. Okay, we've had three big moves this year, each about 47%. Okay, this was a 47% move up. This was a 47% move up. If we get another 47% move up, we'll hit our target of 40,000 US dollars, okay, per Bitcoin. So that's not, crazy to say that, maybe we can move up. Thing when I ask is it for real? Is this going to break 30K? Are we going to finally break 30K? This is why I have an alarm set here for when we hit this resistance right here, okay? Because essentially what you can see is we're forming a bullish consolidation pattern, right? We're bullishly consolidating in this triangle, and we have been for quite some time, and that is bullish, right? That is very bullish in terms of, are we going to go up or down on the higher time frame? Question is this push going to be the push that takes us out, or is it going to hit the resistance and then come back down, do something like that? That's the question. So what I want to do now is I want to take a step back, and I want to look at the larger time frame chart. Okay, so we're gonna take a step back, look at the larger time frame chart, because some time ago I said that Bitcoin was likely to hit a top in February. Okay, obviously that's way off, but based off of my analysis, I was like, okay, give or take a few months, right? It could go May, early June. So the fact that it's May 2nd and we're still under 30K is quite surprising to me. Okay, I'll just say that, quite honestly, I'm shocked that we're still under 30K at this point in time. But maybe I shouldn't be shocked, because, timing the market, even as precisely as, within a month or two, is very challenging. So maybe I shouldn't be surprised. So yeah, let me zoom out on the weekly time frame. And if I'm looking at the weekly time frame, does this look weird? I'm just going to look at it and say, does this look weird? This is the question I'm posing myself. No, it doesn't look weird. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why. So I love doing this high time frame analysis, because even though each of these bars represents a week's worth of price action, when I'm just looking at it like this, I don't have to, consider each and every bar a week. I just look at it like it's regular price action, like the price action I look at every day. And when I look at this, the first thing that comes to mind is, yeah, that's breaking up. Okay, that's breaking up. It's consolidating at resistance. Okay, that's basically the first thing that jumps out at me. That this move is going to continue to the upside, but it's clearly at resistance. And why has it been so many weeks at this resistance right here? Why? Okay, let's zoom in real quick. Guys, if you're getting value, please like, share, and subscribe. Right? At the very least, like the video. It doesn't cost you anything. And it's just cool. It's nice, positive. You give me love, I send love back type thing. All right. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. 7 weeks at this resistance. It should not surprise us. Because this resistance, remember, is a 10-year resistance. When Bitcoin dipped below, did this throw under, what we call an Elliott wave theory, a throw under of this channel that it had been trading in for 10 years, you could already, at this point in time, all the way back in June of 2022, last year, you could have already known for a fact that trying to break back into this channel was going to take some time. It was going to take some doing. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. For my pattern traders out there, this looks to me like a diamond pattern. Okay. And I don't really know much about the diamond pattern. Let's just look it up together. Again, we're just doing the analysis together today. I have nothing planned. I'm just doing what I do every day. So what I would do if I notice something that I don't know about, I'm looking it up, right? So diamond pattern. Diamond pattern trading, I want to say. Okay, so I'm just gonna check Investopedia really quickly. So they say it's occurs at or near market tops, can signal a reversal of an uptrend. They're saying it's bearish. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Let's check one more. Okay. Diamond pattern occurs most often after a prolonged trend phase. I hate like pages that have tons of crap. Like, I'm not clicking on your thing. Like, it's 2023. Like, is there no other way to make money to pop stuff up on the page? That is obnoxious. Okay, that's what Investopedia said. Bearish. Okay, but here they also talk about a bullish one. Okay, so basically they're saying it's, if you notice this on the bottom, basically coming from the top to the bottom, it's going to be a reversal. It's a reversal pattern, they're saying, essentially. Okay, they're basically saying it's a reversal pattern. Both are saying it's a reversal pattern. So basically they say that This is a reversal pattern, meaning if you come up into it, you're coming back down. I disagree. Maybe this isn't even a diamond pattern. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't pattern trade all that much. But let's go on the daily. I can see how some people would see this as... Okay, yeah. I could see how some people would see this as a diamond pattern or a very unorthodox head and shoulders pattern, but honestly, to me, this looks more like some really ugly bull flag, but really ugly, exceedingly ugly. Do you see what I mean? Like this was an impulse, and this was the consolidation following the impulse. Okay, pattern trades aside, I'm not exactly sure what to make of this. All I know is that this is the strongest resistance Bitcoin has ever faced, quite literally, because it's a 10-year resistance. So it's got to get ugly. It's got to reject all kinds of ways. And I think, given the magnitude of the resistance, this type of price action is quite strong, okay? Given that this is 10 years of resistance, you would think it would have done something like this, yeah? But the fact that it can consolidate at resistance like this tells me it's strong. And I'm not surprised it's strong. Why? Because we have just come out of 300 days of accumulation. Okay? All of this buying pressure consolidated, pushing Bitcoin up into this area. So for me, this is just a consolidation at resistance. Okay, I don't know if it's a diamond pattern or not, but my sense is that this is some sort of consolidation at resistance. That's my best read on it. Okay? And obviously, furthermore, it is not just the 10 years of resistance, if that wasn't enough, but also the orthogonal resistance of this area right here. Actually, look at this. Interesting. I've never seen this before. This is why I do the analysis and share it. I promise more things come up as I'm doing it that I hadn't seen prior. Hello, Akanksha. What's going on? Nice to see you on the live. Everything's well. Everything is well. Thank you for asking. Hope everything's well with you as well. So, look at that. That's interesting. So, obviously, you have all that price action from 2021 through 2022. That's obviously support, okay, because we're above it. So, this is why I'm not very keen on the 25K retest idea. Or the 25K retest idea would be like this, right? The 25K retest idea is... it's unlikely. Because look at this. Remember, because I keep showing you guys the 300-day support, right? Look at that. So look at this. It's like a cocoon of support. So you have this, which I've shown you before, 300 days of diagonal support. You also have this, 500? Almost 600 days of support here. You can move this up a little bit. I would move this down, actually. I think we're above it, right? Let's say we're above it. It's 500, almost 550 days of support, okay? So 550 days of support with this, 300 days of support with this. And now you're attacking 10 years of resistance, okay? But you have help. You have a lot of help. 300 days, 500 days. This is why Bitcoin has been in this little area for 7 weeks. It's consolidating. And the break back into this channel is going to be monstrous. The break back into this channel right here, right? Approximately, if it were to happen before Sunday, it would be pretty much at 30K. Yeah? Is it? No, sorry, 32K, 32.5, something like that. About 32.5. Right? Yeah, 32, 33. Between 32, 33. Breaking 32 or 33. That's where we get the fireworks, because you break all of those resistances. You break the 10-year resistance and you break back into your channel. Okay, so the reason we came to this high time frame chart was just to look, and ever so often I think this is a really good exercise. Always get a little bit of perspective, zoom out, take a breath, see what's going on. Like, so often, especially as traders, we're zoomed into the charts, making entries on the 5-minute chart, right? Making entries and taking profits, looking at certain patterns on a small time frame, but we forget to take a step back and just figure what the market's saying. And the market is saying that this is a beautiful reversal pattern, and that this reversal pattern's almost complete, as you can see, because you have this element here and that element there, and they're almost at the same latitude. And so you can think of it as some sort of inverse head and shoulders, right? Where you have a left shoulder and a right shoulder, and then a neckline, and then that 32K level is your neckline. That's how I'm thinking of it. This is a massive resistance, or a massive reversal pattern. And in these reversal patterns, I mean, just look at them and think about them. You don't, mess around and break the symmetry. You typically keep the symmetry of the pattern, right? The left and the right shoulder and the head and all that stuff. So I think that this move that we're experiencing right here this week may be the one taking us up and through 30K and through 32K back into our channel. Once we get into our channel, then we can experience the big moves, and that doesn't take as long. It's interesting and kind of annoying, but this is how price action works. This all takes all of 600 days or whatever to form, and then once you get up here, you can do all your business in 20, 30 days, perhaps. Do you know what I mean? It's just one mode of price action does not take as long as the other. Impulses are fast. Impulses are quick. They take zero time, as opposed to consolidations that take seemingly forever. Okay? Longer than it took for me to say that that sentence. So yeah, high time frame, very bullish. High time frame, I think this breaks in back into the channel. High time frame, I'm not seeing a breakdown. I'm just not seeing it. Okay, so that's just Bitcoin. And what I want to do now is I want to have a quick look at our altcoins, because that's Bitcoin. Okay, but our altcoins have also done quite a bit to this point, right? Should we look at all altcoins? Yeah, let's look at all altcoins, not just Ethereum. So just looking at all altcoins, if I can find it. Okay, total 2 chart. Now, what is this doing? Is this bullish? Is this about to break up and out? Okay, here we also have obviously a bullish reversal pattern, W pattern, okay? Very clear. The other thing is, so it's close, okay? We know that for a fact. It's close. The other thing is, we have a clear neckline. As you can see here, just look at it. If this is your bullish reversal pattern, okay, and call it your left shoulder, right shoulder. So this is your inverse head and shoulders, okay? Okay, this is your left shoulder, this is your head, this is your right shoulder. This is your breakout, and this is your retest right there, okay? Because this is very clearly, unimpeachably, unmistakably your neckline, okay? This was the resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. You broke up and out of that, and then came back to retest it. You have 1, 2, 3 weeks of retest on this neckline, okay? So just looking at all the altcoins, my conclusion from this chart, this weekly chart of all of the altcoins in crypto, is that this is it. You have your breakout and your retest. Now you're done. You're done. Your reversal is complete. The reversal pattern was formed, broke out of the reversal pattern, retested the reversal pattern. There's nothing left to say. It's May 2nd, 2023. We have 3 weeks of retesting this neckline. I think we're done. If this is true, and we're done retesting the neckline of the reversal pattern, the bearish or the bullish reversal pattern, basically the bear market accumulation, right, was made into a bullish reversal pattern. Makes sense, yeah? If this is true that altcoins have retested that for 3 weeks, right, and typically 3 weeks, you see retests like that forming a nice rounded bottom, that's normal. Because if you zoom in, don't be surprised to see another bullish reversal pattern like this, right? That's why if you just look and see on the weekly time frame, three bullish hammer candles, and the middle one being the longest, it's probably representing on a smaller time frame inverse head and shoulders bullish reversal pattern. So if that's true, and altcoins are done doing the retests, then it's likely true as well for Bitcoin, because you're not going to have altcoins ready to go in aggregate, okay? Not talking about like 1 or 2 random altcoins here, but in aggregate, you're not going to have altcoins ready to have their bull market, and Bitcoin's still going to need to correct all the way to some, random support line down below, right? Like 25K. I'm taking 25K off the table. I contemplated this yesterday when I was looking at the chart. I was like, 25K is inevitable. This price action is dead. There's nothing moving this market. And it just seemed so likely to me that 25K was inevitable. But given today's price action, given what I've just told you, and remember, I'm doing this not, regurgitating information. I have no agenda, no script. This is work I would do on my own to try and make up my mind as to how to position myself in the markets, how to protect myself in the markets. All this convinces me more that this is it. This move is for real. Okay, the altcoins I'm using as an indicator of sorts for the rest of the market, or for Bitcoin rather, because there's just Bitcoin and altcoins, right? There's nothing else. Let's have a quick look at the DXY. Okay, so the DXY does look done, and I've revised my read on this price action here. And I'm going to show you in a second why I think this is a double 3, just one contiguous move up here. Okay? And it's finished. I remember saying that, it's probably going to put in something like this and then another. No, I think it's done here. Okay, I think it's done here, and it kind of it reminds me of what I said yesterday about throwing over, meaning testing resistance, testing for supply above what you would perceive, what most traders would perceive as the ultimate resistance. I'm going to get to that in a second. But all in all, just looking at my momentum indicator right here, okay, looking at my price action right here, this move is done on the daily time frame. It's done. It's hovered quite a lot on the daily time frame, creating bearish divergence. Okay, it's created bearish divergence here. Or is it bullish divergence? Hold up 1 second. Let me see. Hold up. Remember, this is live. I'm doing this with you. Nothing scripted. So I got to figure this out. Okay, so we're waiting for the bearish divergence. Actually, the bearish divergence would be if this crossed like this, because here you have a higher high, and here you want to, this daily, if this daily candle, or if this momentum does something like this, right, then we have our bearish divergence. Okay, so we're gonna have to wait for this daily candle to close to see the bearish divergence. Jumping down into the 4-hourly time frame. Okay, here you can see the bearish divergence on the 4-hourly time frame, yeah? You can see very clearly. Right? It's 3 higher peaks, 3 lower peaks. That's strong bearish divergence. And that's likely to result in a move down. Okay? I know a lot of noise is made about, you know, divergences and hidden and secret divergences and all of that shit. It's really not worth it. Use the stochastic RSI indicator. It's great. It's accurate. And easy as hell to read divergences. And it's really, really, really helpful. Yeah, if you're an indicator trader. You can learn to use the regular RSI and, you know, read all of the secret and hidden and, you know, and cautious and what, all the different types of divergences. Like, it's really straightforward. If you have higher highs on the chart and lower highs on the indicator, then that's bearish divergence, and vice versa for bullish divergence. That simple. In any case, I see some strong bearish divergence on the 4-hourly time frame. This tells me, and then like what I said yesterday, you see how this is clearly the resistance, and then you throw over. Basically, you're testing for supply, liquidity, above the ultimate perceived resistance, right? Or what's perceived as the ultimate resistance. So you're basically going over. It's like a spring. So it's your last ditch effort, and then you come down. So I think this is done. And what is this? I think, given everything that we've printed thus far, my best bet for this price action is a double 3. Okay, it's a double 3, meaning this is my first wave. It's a sorry. Zoom out for a second. Sorry. Okay, here. My first wave is a W. My second wave is an X, and then my third wave is a heinous, a zigzag, and that's my Y. And then this is my consolidation reversal, all this right here. So W, X, Y. And then consolidate, and then go. This is likely, I don't know for sure, but it's likely this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is likely a massive leading diagonal. Okay? massive leading diagonal. And if that's the case, then it would make a lot of sense. Basically, the dollar's been fighting for its life. It's been fighting for its life, trying not to break down from this massive head and shoulders pattern. You see? So you typically get these like this. You typically get these leading diagonals from big breakouts, basically before bullish breakouts or before strong bearish breakouts. You typically get leading diagonals. And a leading diagonal is when you get a concerted version of waves 1 through 4, and then wave 5 is extended. That would make perfect sense. And that would make sense as to why the crypto markets, the risk-on assets, all risk-on assets have seemed stilted despite the DXY going down. It's because it's been in this leading diagonal trying to hold on for dear life. But it can't. In wave 5, you'll see that it's extended and it's impulsive and you can no longer chop. But that makes sense to me. I really like that read. I love this song, by the way. Absolutely love it. I once sat and listened to this song for 4 hours straight. Not doing anything, not playing on my phone, just I sat and listened to it for 4 hours straight. So I don't even know how long it was. It must have been like 4 hours. It was really long. I absolutely love this song. Schubert is amazing. Franz Schubert is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Anyway. The impromptus. Oof. What a masterpiece. You see that? That works. That really works. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. It's going to be a killer downtrend. So that's the DXY. This is another reason why I think this pump's for real. I think that wave 4 is finished. Okay? Last but not least, Bitcoin dominance. Clearly at resistance, right? We've been looking at this 2-year resistance. The Bitcoin maxis will have you believe that Bitcoin dominance is going up. It's coming, right? It's going to go any day now. It's literally been at this resistance since March. It's come to 48, 49 max, and it hasn't moved. It's basically been doing this. And we know that this means distribution. Okay, you have your left shoulder, your head, and maybe a right shoulder here. But it's likely distribution, okay? Likely distribution. So on the smaller time frames, what's that look like? Okay, on the smaller time frames, that's wave A, 3 wave ups, wave B, secondary wave A, secondary wave B, tertiary wave A, tertiary wave B, meaning 3 pairs of flat corrections, 2 degrees of AB basing and a pivot, however you want to say it. I think crypto dominance or Bitcoin dominance's time is up because I'm reading 3 degrees of AB basing and a pivot, first degree, second degree, third degree, and that's all she wrote. Okay, so that is also why. And okay, what does this tell me? That Bitcoin is likely ready to run. Altcoins are likely ready to run. Well, the bull market doesn't start until everybody's ready to go. meaning altcoins are ready and Bitcoin's ready. It's just, why does Bitcoin dominance go down during bull markets? It's because altcoins are more volatile. They're going to gain against Bitcoin in market cap, right? People don't understand it still, and they seemingly do a bunch of chart analysis, and they'll tell you, no, the bull market only starts when Bitcoin dominance goes way, way, way up. That's not true. When Bitcoin dominance goes way, way up, we're typically in a bear market. That's when the bear market starts, okay? And I'm not talking about little moves. I'm talking about big trends on a high time frame. The big trend on a high time frame for a bull market, and you can backtest this, is Bitcoin dominance going down. So people wanting to get into a Bitcoin bull market, in crypto bull market, you want Bitcoin dominance, higher time frame, larger trend, to be going down. This is what the Bitcoin dominance chart is telling us. This is why I think this pump is for real. All those reasons stated. All right. Let's have a quick peek now at the small time frame price action, and then some altcoins, and then we'll call it a stream. Okay, so just on the smaller time frame, I'm on the 4 hourly. This just looks for real. It looks true. Okay? Doesn't look exhausted. And it looks like it's got... So we came to this point after having this and this. I recognize that anywhere. That's a flat correction. A flat, B flat correction, you know. This is likely either you continue another pair of A waves and another pair of B waves, or you go into straight impulse, okay? So I think it's the latter, okay? And then on a smaller time frame, even smaller time frame, it's encouraging. Well, obviously we're going to count five waves up and 3 waves down in any impulse, even in a corrective impulse. Let's see. What do I want to say about this? If there's anything to say about this. No, there's nothing particular to say about that. That's pretty much what I wanted to say. Let's just have a look around. Okay, so this is Cardano. You can kind of see the same thing. Arweave. Okay, this is really convincing right here in this chart. Why? Because there's no base here. Okay, and when you see a base like this and then a move, you know that all of it is a 3-wave move. And even though this portion of the price action is impulsive, all in all, it's a corrective wave. It's going to retrace on itself. But here, the base that leads into this impulse is like this, which is not a flat. That in and of itself is a flat correction, obviously, but this is clearly not a contiguous 3-wave move. Do you see what I mean? It's just, it doesn't work in terms of the magnitude of the moves, right? It would have been smaller, like kind of what you saw here in Cardano. You see, that is kind of ambiguous. You're not exactly sure. Is this a 3-wave move or is this an impulse for real? Hard to say. But in Arweave, it's quite clear that this is separate and this is separate impulse unto itself. So what I'm expecting is for this to continue to run until the next major resistance, until the next significant resistance, at which point it's going to put in 3 waves down and then continue. And then just continue throughout the bull market. So when I look at Arweave, we're pretty much at the bottom. Arweave is at the bottom, BOTTOM, of its bear market accumulation. So that is how early you are as an investor in Arweave, if you're buying Arweave here, you're literally buying the bottom of the bear market. You're still there, right? So Arweave has to move up here, and I think that what you're going to get is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up, 3 waves down. Whoops. 5 waves up, 3 waves down. That's an ideal place. Sorry, let's try to make this. Okay, there. 5 waves up, 3 waves down. This is an ideal place to get involved, right? For confirmation, quote unquote, if such a thing exists, because you'll clearly be able to see 5 waves up, and then the 3 waves down is your entry, right? And you can use your Fibonacci to enter that on top of this broken resistance now flipped into support, and now the beginning of the bull market. It's already the beginning down here, but this is a good entry as any. So that's interesting to me. So that tells me, okay, it's likely, more likely than not, where you want to be. Basic attention token. Same thing. This isn't the absolute bottom of the bear market, but it's still within the bear market accumulation. Okay, so you're going to have to move up to the neckline. And at that neckline, are you going to get 5 waves, 3 waves? Okay, I would just sit and watch. Sit and watch. Blur. Very excited about this. And I've talked about this yesterday, I believe. But look at this. All of this. People are excited about Pepe. Pepe did 500%, which is cool, but a 5x is like nothing to write home about. Imagine what this will do, right? You know what they say, the longer the base, the higher in space. Your consolidation is your cause, and your impulse, your markup is your effect. So if you've been in a bullish consolidation for, dude, why can't you tell me how long? Sorry, I don't know why it didn't give me a date range. Okay, if you've been in bullish consolidation for 77 days, just imagine what that breakout's going to look like. Just imagine when this breaks this triangle, retests it, and goes. Again, it's a great entry for these types of trades. You wait for the breakout and the retest of the resistance, which must be done. Okay, retest of the resistance, that's an ideal entry. Okay. Question is, where is this going to end? If you're already in the trade and you want to take profit early, I would say over here, right? Wait. Over here. That's just the next. That's the next resistance right here. Yeah. So what I would do is I'm gonna put an alarm here. Whoops. No, I don't want to do it like that. I want to clean up my chart. I want to put a transparent line. There. And then I want to add an alarm on that line. Okay, so basically you're unlikely to make the higher high, and it's likely if you are putting in 5 waves and you're going into full sort of bullish price action, you're going to do 5 waves up. You're going to stop at this higher high, which is also the support here. It's the resistance here. Then you're going to get that 3 waves down to retest this support or this broken resistance as support before you fly. So that would be the trade. And so if I'm looking at that just as a trader already in it, I wouldn't dislike looking at profit taking at this high or at this high, somewhere probably around here, maybe even lower. Let's try that. Probably over here. Yeah, that makes sense, because if you look, this is a high, but this actually is a resistance, and this is a resistance here. This is your next resistance right here, right there. So around 75 cents, I would say. 75 cents. But it could very well pop out. I wouldn't be surprised if it had some resistance here, it put in like a wave 4, and then it came up for wave 5, and the ultimate resistance was here. That is my sense. I think that is actually what's more likely to happen than not. So I'm going to trust myself and go back to my original sort of line of reasoning and put it up here around 84 cents. Say 83.9. Yeah, 83.9, thereabouts. Okay, so that's Blur. But yeah, this may happen quickly because it's the 2nd of May. The next full moon is on the 5th, right? And a full moon represents local market bottoms. So if we have these moves, if we're getting a move up now, which it's clear we're getting some sort of move up now, and this is like true impulse, this may happen in a day or two, okay? And then in a day or two, we come back down, which would be about 4 days, all in all, which would put us about between the 5th and the 8th, right? Because the market typically bottoms after a full moon, either on day 0 or 3 days after the full moon. So between the 5th and the 8th, we could expect the market to bottom. So that would mean around, between the 5th and the 8th, all of this would have to happen. So within 4 or 5 days, the market goes up and then comes right back down in 3 waves. And why am I splitting it? Because wave 1 and wave 2 typically in Elliott wave theory, and if you backtest and you really you study the charts, they take almost exactly the same amount of time. So if it took 1.5 days to go up in 5 waves to that 84 cent target, it would take 1.5 days to come down. Okay. So let me actually put a target here. Okay, there. Okay. So Memento Mori says, appreciate your work. What symphony of Schubert? That's a good question. Let's check the impromptus that I love. Let's see, Schubert impromptu. I think it's Opus 90. Yeah, impromptu number 3. Opus 90. I'm pretty sure. Number 3. Opus 90. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, in G flat major. Yep. Impromptu in G flat major, Opus 90, number 3. So yeah, that Opus 90, it's amazing, amazing. So yeah, we're gonna definitely get to XRP in a second. Let's keep going. BNB looks like it's doing some sort of triangle, or it did some sort of triangle. Yeah, that's what it looks like here. So WXYXZ or ABCDE, whatever. That looks like a bull flag. Like this. That's typically, what you get before a really, really big move. And again, this is if you just look at this, right, very clearly, this is the bear market resistance. This is the bear market accumulation, and this is the resistance of such accumulation. And this is the definition of a consolidating at resistance. This is going to break. That's going to break. Great example of how you're pretty much there. All right. Huge meme coin right here, Bonk. Let me take this off. It's holding on, but consolidating up and to the right. Okay. Probably for a pop out, and then you get, probably going to get like 5 waves up, 3 waves down. So at the end of the day, you're going to get your inverse head and shoulders bullish reversal pattern. Dent. I think this is all contiguous right here. I think this is all one and the same. This must be a WXY. Sorry. WXYXZ, something like that. But it's a massive pattern that you're at the support of, right? You're at the support of this pattern right here. So what do you do at support? You go up from it, typically, right? Obviously you can break down, but you're at support. This is at support as well. Dodo, right at support. So do you expect these to move up at the very least, even if it's not a pure impulsive move up? I do expect them to move up, given that they're at support. Dogecoin, you put in this reversal pattern over here after putting in 5 waves up and 3 waves down. Reversal pattern pretty much at the 0618, also at the support of this inverse head and shoulders, or sorry, this cup and handle pattern. So breakout, retest, consolidation, that's a move. Dot, you're on support. Doesn't look as attractive as other assets because this is a massive flat correction where you're finding mathematical support on the 786 thereabouts of this 3-wave move right here. So all this is just, you're on the 786 thereabouts. I can just eyeball it of that 3-wave move. So that would give me confidence to get into a dot trade there. Yeah, this is a zigzag right here. 5 waves up, 3 waves down. And then this is a consolidation after that, this B wave. But you're at a support level. Probably, the support level right here, as you can see, for DYDX. Okay, ETH is already moved. This is going to be one of the first movers. As usual, it's going to be the strongest, one of the strongest altcoins. because it's so popular. Everybody's buying it, you know. So this is what we're seeing. ETH exhibits a lot of the same characteristics that we see in Bitcoin's chart. This consolidation at the top, it's not only consolidation, but also it's a retest, a bullish retest of this broken resistance. You continue from that. Now you come back and you actually find support on this previous resistance, or this level of consolidation. So if you look, the chart is actually quite bullish in the sense that you're retesting previous levels of resistance as support. So you came up, you broke resistance, you retested it as support, you broke up, now you retest the whole test of resistance as support as another sort of RS flip. So you're really covering your bases. It doesn't seem like the prettiest thing, but if you just look at it from that vantage of breaking resistance, flipping it into support, it looks good. It looks really bullish, okay? Looks really bullish. And obviously your next significant resistance is going to be here, where I think you go 5 waves up, 3 waves down. I think you come down with these 3 waves between the 5th and the 8th, right? Because of that full moon. So I think the next day and a half, 2 days, we can expect a move up to this level, okay? I won't be surprised if ETH gives you, 12, 13%. More. 12, 13% more. Hedera Hashgraph clearly at support, right? This is support if I've ever seen it. That's support. Chainlink. This is ugly, but this is support. Okay? This is really ugly. We have to zoom out or else we can't make sense of it. One of the reasons it's so ugly is because this is the entire, what looks like a waveform. This is the bear market accumulation, and this is probably the halfway mark that you're getting support at the halfway point. Okay, just eyeballing it, this is like the halfway point of the entire bear market accumulation channel. So you broke above it in some ugly version of 5 waves, and now you came down in a version of 3 waves, finding support on the halfway mark, right? Broken resistance, retested as support. So zooming out makes more sense, but it's not the prettiest thing. But corrective waves are corrective waves, even if you're going up impulsively. Okay, Litentry. This is support as well, even though it doesn't look it, but it is support. And I did get this on support because pulling a Fibonacci retracement level, I could clearly see that this was 5 waves up, and this was 3 waves down to the 0.618 of these 5 waves. So I had confidence to buy this consolidation reversal pattern that was hanging out on the 0.618. I think the next move you're going to get is going to be a quick move up and then a move down, retesting this broken resistance as support, right? Remember, because the halfway mark of any channel is going to be support when you're above it, resistance when you're below it. You're going to, if you put in 5 waves up to the top of this channel, you're going to come back down in 3 waves, retest the top as support. Or sorry, retest the broken resistance as support. Yeah, exactly. And so for me, if this happens in the next couple days, I'm taking profit at the top here, about 179.5. and then getting back in. Let's see. One second. I'm putting it in now. Yeah, about 179.5. Taking profit, and then I'm getting back in after it comes back down and finds support right on this midline. And this is a nice trade because I have the help of this midline. I have the help of my Fibonacci. I have so many ways to determine where this retracement is going to come from, get back in the trade, and then ride it back up, where we eventually break this with this massive inverse head and shoulders, you see. But this shouldn't take too long. Remember, the 5th, between the 5th and the 8th is when we should bottom. So this should take 2 days. This should take 2 days. I could even time this. So these trades are very, I wouldn't say easy. There's nothing easy about trading, but they're more straightforward than usual. Let's say that. Okay. I am not sure what we're looking at here. Just in all honesty. What the fuck is this? Let's see. Okay, my best bet is that this is a pure impulse. I'm saying it's pure impulse because you did not retrace to the 0.5, minimum 0.5. You didn't make a minimum 0.5 Fibonacci retracement. So this has got to be pure impulse by Litecoin. Okay? And if that's the case, then this is my retracement down to the minimum 382. And then this is my consolidation reversal. So if I add the time it took me to do my retracement and my consolidation reversal, it's about the same time it took for me to come up here. Okay? So I can live with that. What's next? You come back up here and you retest this neckline, but you're likely going to get rejected off of it or consolidated at it, right? So you come up in 5, you come back down in 3. I think this is the ideal entry for Litecoin right there. Something like that. Okay, Harmony 1, kind of the same thing. But I think Harmony 1 put in a zigzag. So 5 waves up, 3 waves down. I think you get your 5 waves up and then your 3 waves down. Okay, so basically this is one massive A, B, C zigzag, and then you're going to get 3 waves down. Boom. And then you go. Okay, RSR is very clearly on support. If you can't see that support line, can't help you. That's a support buy. Buy on support, sell at resistance. Sand, this is another 786. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 waves down to the 786 of these 3 waves. That's a flat correction. Okay, so if you get 3 waves, expect 5 waves. Sand is actually going to go. And the next resistance is going to be up here, this neckline right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. That's tons of great entries. And the entries are predictable. It's not always that the entries are predictable. The entries are going to come back down to the previous broken resistance, right? You're going to get more likely than not these entries after you put 5 waves up. You're going to get 3 waves down right back at the neckline of the broken resistances. Does that make sense? So again, not easy, but more straightforward. Still got to execute, still got to be patient, still got to do all that stuff. SHIB, This is very clear, 5 waves up, 3 waves down, and then some consolidation reversal. Actually, this is quite a big move, and as you can see, that's the next logical resistance. Back at this line, then you retest, obviously, the resistance of the bear market accumulation as support, and then you go. So there's going to be, crypto is going to move for the next 2 to 3 days, but there's going to be a lot of opportunity for re-entry. Lots of opportunity. Oh, sorry. Synthetics, you're at, this is a 5 waves up, 3 waves down situation. You're looking for 5 waves up, 3 waves down to retest the broken resistance as support. Broken resistance of the bear market accumulation. Theta token, same thing. 5 waves up, massive 1, 2, 3 waves down, and now you go 5 waves up. This is actually pretty bullish because okay, so just like these other assets, 5 waves up, 3 waves down, you're gonna come back, but you're pretty much going to do a shallow retracement here and then come and break that after having put in this really bullish sort of a rising wedge. That's what it looks like to me. Tron, I talked about this, how bullish it's been. It's a little bit ahead. Okay, so it's putting in right now, what you're seeing Tron do is put in those 5 waves up that I've been talking about. It's about to be finished, okay? So it's going to start retracing sooner than others. So after it hits this area, you're going to see Tron put in another 3 waves down. Those 3 waves are going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe just as long as it took to come up. Okay, so if it took, I counted 7 daily candles on the way up here. You can count 7 candles on the way down. So from today, that's about the 13th, the 12th, the 13th. I don't know. Let's see. Let's zoom in. I want to count this properly. Looks like we're already hitting that resistance, to be honest. Okay, you know what? I think this was the top of the move right here. Okay, this is why I wanted to zoom in. So if I want to carefully time an entry for Tron, I take 4 days, 8 hours on the way up, and then I count from here, and I measure 4 days, 8 hours. Beautiful thing about crypto, it never sleeps, so you don't have to worry about gaps. Look at that. 4 days, 8 hours. What day is that? May 5th, the full moon. So if I'm interested in Tron, I'm basically waiting like a sniper, which, you know, most good traders are snipers. And I'm going to take a Fibonacci retracement, and I'm going to wait for these 5 waves to go up, and I'm going to wait for this to come back down to a minimum 382, and that's probably all I'm getting in terms of retracement. Why? Because look, okay, so here, your theory of Fibonacci retracement and support and resistance are telling you that don't expect much more than a 0.382 Fibonacci retracement of this move. Do you see that? So you went up 5. This is your orthodox high right here on May 1st. So yesterday was your orthodox high. All this is your initial break of structure, A wave, B wave, maybe a pivot. Don't expect to come down even further than this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an alarm for an entry right here. So that's an ideal entry. Because look at all this support. Look at all this support. You have a nice inverse head and shoulders here that you're retesting broken resistance as support with that move on the 5th, on the full moon. There's so much confluence to tell you that that is a likely golden opportunity for a move up in Tron. So Michael says, good afternoon. Your thoughts on SHIB? All right, I'll definitely put in. If I didn't already talk about SHIB, we're going to talk about SHIB. I think we already talked about SHIB, Michael. Momentum Mori says, thank you for Opus 90, number 3, for sure. Michael says, thanks. Yeah, I think we already talked about it. Amazing videos of world. Much love to you as well. So let's look at... Did I clear the... I didn't clear the screen before. Apologies. I had a comment up. I think. Okay, V-Chain. Let's go back on the daily. Yeah, this is very clear, right? This is very clear. 5 waves up, 3 waves down. It's quite clear. That's a nice zigzag. Expect 5 waves, but that's not going to be it. That's going to be the first, right? You know that. It's very likely. So the way these zigzags work, 5 waves up, 3 waves down, 5 waves up, right? That's an ABC zigzag, right? Typically, A and C are 1 to 1. And sometimes C is like 1 to 1, 2, 3, 6, right? But basically, C projects to about 1 to 1, 2, 3, 6 of A. Okay, so if you know that, that's your theory. You know that this move, these 5 waves up here, are going to be the first part of a larger move. Okay, so this gives me more and more confidence about our larger thesis that this move is for real, not only in Bitcoin, but in altcoins as well, because these zigzags have to play out. You got 5 waves up, you got 3 waves down correctively. That's the beginning, first 2 parts of a zigzag. You need the last part. That last part's going to play out by hitting these resistances and then breaking major resistances and then keep on going. So I really like where this is going. So that's V-Chain. Okay, XRP. XRP for Memento Mori. So, okay, this is very nice. This is a very nice A, B, C. Right? This is a perfect example, right, of a textbook zigzag. An A wave, a B wave between the 0.5 and the 618 of that initial 5 wave move, and then a C wave that comes between the 1 and 1, 2, 3, 6 of the A wave, right? Just like we just saw. A, B, C. Now, once you get that, so I think we are in pure impulse already in Tron, or sorry, in XRP, despite still being in the bear market accumulation. Why? It's because you've put in 5 waves, put down 3 waves. Now you put in 5 more waves, right? And so I'm reading this. If you zoom in, okay, I retract that. There is such a thing as a double zigzag, which I think is more likely than not, because if this is an A, this is a B, this is a C, and then it goes wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, this can't be wave 4 because the retracement is too extreme. So what I think is what you're getting is you got this wave C, basically you ended your zigzag, then you got 3 waves up and 3 waves down. And that is sometimes what you get. Just, you know, you can add all kinds of different combinations of corrective patterns. This is what makes corrective price action so crazy. This is why if you're trading this on leverage, most people get wrecked. Most people have way low win rates because there's no predictability when you're outside of pure impulse. When you're in pure impulse, it's straightforward. 5 waves up, 3 waves down, 5 waves up, 3 waves down, 5 waves up, 3 waves down, repeat, rinse and repeat. And you can use your Fibonacci to help make your entries, and then you can also make really nice projections. But in corrective price action, it's so much more difficult. So that being said, that's what I'm seeing. This is a flat correction, quite clearly. You're at the 786 of this A wave right here, B wave. So A, B, A, B. So this is essentially, look at this, 3 degrees of AB basing and a pivot. Count them. A, or however you want to say it. A, B, A, B. Okay, so that's 5 waves up, 3 waves down. And now A, or alpha, whatever you want to call it, just to disambiguate, beta. 3 pairs of, not flat corrections, some of them are 2 zigzags, right? 3 pairs of corrective waves. It's basically that Wyckoff accumulation, but up and to the right, which is why I think it's really cool to look at it in terms of Elliott wave theory, because no other system allows you to read accumulation that's not orthogonal, right? Wyckoff accumulation has got to be straight horizontal, but in real life, these accumulation, these distribution channels are not always straight. This is one such example of a up and to the right diagonal accumulation pattern. Textbook, 2 degrees of AB basing and a pivot. I would count this as 1 degree, 2 degrees, 3rd degree. That's my pivot right here, this flat correction. And now you can go very likely into pure impulse. This gives me a lot of confidence to trade whatever this is as a precursor to a 5-wave move, and it's likely that you get 5 waves, 3 waves, 5 waves, 3 waves, retesting this resistance, bear market resistance as support. That is an optimal entry for XRP. Right here. The right shoulder, which should be the terminus or the support level of these 3 waves down after these 5 waves up in the next couple of days. Okay, so I love doing this with you all because we started out posing the question, is this pump for real? And chart after chart, we're getting more confirmation that not only is this pump for real, but we have a timeline, which highly probable timeline of not only the move up, but also the retracement. And so it's really telling you it's likely that this is for real. Zilliqa, Z, last but not least. Okay, this is another example of 2 degrees of AB basing and a pivot, or 3 different corrective pairs. 5 waves up, 3 waves down. 5 waves up, 3 waves down. 3 waves up, 3 waves down. Okay, again, you have accumulation happening up and to the right, and you can count it. And this is a spring, a dip down below the ultimate perceived support, testing for liquidity beyond the base level, right? Beyond the support that most traders perceive, and then a reclamation of that channel. This is a Wyckoff accumulation channel. So for my Wyckoff friends, I don't know if you're well versed in reading non-orthogonal channels of accumulation and distribution, but they happen, right? So that's pretty much it, guys. That was Zilliqa. That was the last of of the assets in our watch list. Bitcoin is at 28,660 right now as we speak on the really small time frames. I believe we are looking at a collection of impulsive waves. As I said, don't be surprised if we continue to pump throughout the next 48 hours, okay? And then for the next 48 hours following that pump, we get a retracement. And where is Bitcoin going to go to? Quite logically, the next major resistance, which is over here at around 29,900, 30,000, close to 30,000, 29,700, 29,800, thereabouts. Okay, don't be surprised if Bitcoin gives you 5 waves up to that point, gives you 3 waves down, right? And then attacks and finally breaks this triangle right here. So that's pretty much it. That's all I'm seeing. Hope this was helpful. Hope this was useful, guys. Always a pleasure to be on live with you all and interacting with you all. I don't do it every day anymore just because it's so time consuming, but I just felt like doing it today. I had time, and I think unlike most days, we're actually getting some action today, right? And DXY is falling, Bitcoin is rising. It's nice for a change. All right. It's all from me. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.